Hello and welcome. Welcome, my lovely lads. I will get underway soon. Just need to take a bit of water, need to take some meds, and I will share with you. I will share with you everything. I will share with you my picks, and I will share with you what did I play, how did I play, and of course we're gonna ride on a roll. Of course, I'm extremely happy to be live again, but the problem is I don't have much time, so it's it's kind of shitty that fact that I don't have much of a time. But hello, Joe Baka, just give me 30 seconds. I just need to take a water, take some medication, and I'm coming. Okay, just 30 seconds. Okay, then I will share with you my picks. What am I thinking? 30 seconds. Okay. All right, here I am. I took water, took medications, and all right, let's discuss this topic. The latest news: Dan Hardy follows me on my Twitter account, just to know. So, it's awesome news. It's really fucking awesome news. Yeah, my lovely lads, Dan Hardy is following me. So, let's discuss the upcoming event, and let me share my picks with you. Of course, as always, you know that I always share everything with you. So we'll kick off right off the bat with Erin Blankfield versus JJ Aldrich. Range was making a lot of controversy between these two things. And I remember when Range said, Vlad, you're the one. That's awesome. Dan Hardy is one of the best minds in MMA. Yes, he is. He is. And I love Dan Hardy. I'm Hardy fanboy, you know that. So you can check on my Twitter account. My Twitter account, you have it in the description. It appears from time to time. So Dan Hardy is really following me. So that's really awesome. Now to say Erin Blankfield versus JJ Aldrich. Erin Blankfield is a very, very heavy favorite. And honestly, tricky fight for me. I didn't bet on this fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't bet on this fight as I have some kind of a bad feeling. So Erin Blankfield versus JJ Aldrich. I say fight goes the distance. Yes, I will tell you now. Just 1 second. JJ Aldrich versus Blank. Fight goes the distance. Minus 250. I actually made $5 on Rinat Fakhretdinov to defeat Andreas Michailidis. That's my pick number 1. And my pick number 2 is, believe it or not, now you're gonna say that I'm insane, but I put $5 on Benoit Saint-Denis to defeat Niklas Stolze. So you got Rinat Fakhretdinov to defeat Andreas Michailidis, and you got money on Benoit Saint-Denis to defeat Niklas Stolze. So the weirdest thing I could have played, but that's what I played this week. Few clear favorites. True. There are, in every card you have few clear favorites. That's true. So let me see. Erin Blankfield decision. Blankfield decision minus 175. Decision minus 175. But if you ask me, JJ Aldrich to win decision plus 700. If you want to risk Aldrich decision, if you want to risk. Hey Dennis, how are you? There are few. I love Blankfield, Evloev, Jackson parlay. I love it too, but I am scared of Evloev, honestly, because Iggy has good ground game, so and he's a better striker. I'm scared of that fight. I would also pick Evloev, but you know, if you really want to risk Aldrich to win decision, but that's only if you want to risk. Now let me see. Mikalidis Fakhretdinov, as I have already said, I picked Fakhretdinov to win. So Fakhretdinov to win minus 265 at my bookie. I'm scared of that fight too, but I'm still gonna add Evloev. Okay, good luck, man. Fakhretdinov to win minus 265. Now, let me see if Fakhretdinov inside the distance. I wonder how much is gonna be the odds. But Mikalidis can defeat via BGG, that's true. No, then we need Fakhretdinov KO TKO. If Mikalidis wins, that's gonna be some kind of a submission or something like that, or maybe decision. But that's what I'm thinking of about that topic at the moment. But again, these are just my thoughts. It doesn't have to mean that I'm right. So just doesn't have to be like that, if you know what I mean. Next fight. The next fight is going to be Jeff Molina versus Jalgaz Zhumagulov. Let's fishing for the underdog. Zhumagulov to win. Plus 155, Zhumagulov decision. Molina can pull this out too, but this is one of underdogs that I'm picking. Jalgaz Zhumagulov to win. How much is Zhumagulov decision? Plus 330. Next fight, Johnny Munoz Jr. versus Tony Gravely. The trickiest fight on the whole card. Fight starts round 3 is my pick. Munoz versus Gravely. Fight starts round 3, minus 138. That's the trickiest fight on the whole card. But again, people gonna say, let pick a side. Honestly, this is hard pick. This is really a 50-50 fight. Plus 115, super non-confident. Yes, I'm extremely non-confident about this fight, so take it with a reserve, you know. Then Benoit Saint-Denis versus Niklas Stolze. I put money on Benoit Saint-Denis. So Saint-Denis to win, minus 160. Saint-Denis can take a beating. Let's be honest, lads. Saint-Denis, he took a real beating in his last bout and he didn't wanna stop. So the guy can take a beating and he is better than Niklas Stolze on the ground. If Stolze wins, it's gonna be a KO. If Benoit Saint-Denis wins, it's gonna be probably ground and pound or something on the ground. I don't know. Like Saint-Denis is not a knockout artist. Maybe a submission comes in handy. I like this. Saint-Denis inside the distance. Plus 160. Or Stolze KO TKO. I also like that. If Stolze wins, KO TKO is the only ability. Where is Stolze KO TKO plus 500? Stolze KO TKO plus 500. That's also looking okay. In my eyes, that's also looking okay. I see this as a good pick. But again, I mean, I just believe Stolze has good chances of winning the fight. So I mean, if he keeps the fight standing, but Benoit Saint-Denis is brutal when it comes to takedown offense. I wouldn't neglect his abilities that easily. So we need to stay focused on his abilities, and that's right. Now, O'Day Osborne versus Zaruk Adashev. Also another tricky fight. If you ask me, one of the trickier fights on the card is Adashev is better in the stand-up game. Osborne can knock people out, but his submission skills are also good. I predict this is gonna be a barn burner. And the day Osborne versus Zaruk Adashev, according to my mind, not going the distance, is a great pick. Osborne versus Adashev, no distance, -115 or -116, whatever. It depends on the bookie. What I want to say too is, if I must pick a side, I see Osborne as the more explosive guy, and but he's cutting too many pounds. Like Adashev is very powerful at 125, at 135. That's already not his weight class. So, hmm. Osborne KO TKO. Osborne KO TKO plus 300. But also Adashev KO TKO plus 500. That's also a great possibility. Can't neglect that. That's also a great possibility because it's very much likely to happen, I guess. Yes, it is very much likely to happen. Then we got in the next fight another tricky pick on this card, Damon Jackson versus Daniel Argueta. People are heavily favoring Jackson, but Jackson's submission abilities are awesome. But we can't ignore the fact that Argueta is undefeated. So we can't ignore that fact. We simply can't. No. Fight doesn't go the distance sounds like a good pick to me. Hey, how are you, man? How are you, James? Damon Jackson versus Daniel Argueta. Not going the distance. -180. Jackson submission plus 100. Argueta KO TKO. Oh, thank you too. Thank you for the support. I was planning on sending you something else in the next like 2-3 weeks just to know. But I will let you know on Twitter when I plan to send it. Yeah, just to add to this, needless to say that, yeah, Argueta KO TKO is a high level odd plus 1200. Yes. UFC London tickets. That would be awesome. That would be fucking awesome, man. Hold on. Alright, I just had to open the window, but yeah, I will send you something, but takes time, but I will. Just, I'm a bit busy in the next few weeks, but I will find time for you, champ. Let's see. Damon Jackson versus Daniel Argueta. I told you that, and let's advance into the next fight. The fight that's gonna close the prelims, and prelims are gonna be closed by the bout between Joe Solecki and Alex da Silva. Joe Solecki, tricky fighter. Alex da Silva too. I mean, one of very, very close fights, and Solecki is a favorite for a reason or without a reason, not sure, but fight starts round 3 is my pick. Solecki versus Da Silva fight starts round 3, -1 I know. And if I must pick a side, Solecki to win. -170. Next. I am gonna say something risky. I don't know. Risky is, let's say, Solecki inside the distance. That's +2. I'm gonna say pick a risky odd, Vlad, and Vlad is not much skillful with risky odds. But that's the way it goes. I mean, I'm just not much skillful with the risky odds, so let me change the description. Okay. Needless to say that now we're going to transition to the main card. Felice Herrick versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. What do I think about this fight? I'm a fan of Karolina Kowalkiewicz, but this is shame. Like, I enjoy female fights. I mean, let's be honest. I enjoy female fights. I like female fights, but this is shame. You got Aaron Blankfield versus JJ Aldrich to kick off the preliminary card. You got Felice Herrick versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz to kick off with the main card. Two fighters on heavy losing streaks. Why? Why are you doing this, Dan? Why are you doing this to us? Just wonder, are you off your rocker, man? Maybe Dan is really is off his rocker. That's true. Yeah. Yes, Dan. Man, you're off your rocker, but it is what it is, I guess. So, needless to say what I think about it. I'm gonna say Herrick to win. Hence, I'm a fan of Karolina Kowalkiewicz, but since diagnosed with the disease, that's not the same fighter. And I understand her; she has health issues. I also have health issues, so I know how it looks like. So Herrick to win for -125. Herrick unanimous decision. I know how it looks like. I'm also sick, so when you got no health, you got no will to live. So I understand how she feels. No matter, because I don't like this, the fact that she's fighting. Herrick decision. +140. That's gonna be Herrick decision. And now we're gonna transition into the next fight, which is the clash between Alonzo Manifield and Askar Mojarov. Alonzo Manifield versus Askar Mojarov, for me, it could be a trap fight, as Mojarov is extremely dangerous on the ground. Manifield has heavy bombs in his hands. Yeah, doesn't go the distance is what many fighters believe gonna happen. They believe it's gonna be a barn burner, but guess what? Mojarov versus Manifield, no distance is -175. But over 1.5 is +130. So if you want to risk on this fight, if you really want to risk with this fight, just you can risk with this, or you can say Manifield KO PKO. Sorry, that's +110. Or you can say Mojarov inside the distance. Mojarov inside the distance, the Ukrainian fighter. Mojarov to win inside the distance is +165. If you want to risk, you have to choose between these two solutions. So depends on what you choose. That's how it's gonna look like for you. The next thing I'm gonna showcase to my fans is the match between Poliana Botelho and Karin Silva. Poliana Botelho, for me, looks like a decent underdog in this fight. Both of these girls are very much skillful and 50-50 fight, absolutely. I even think that both fighters should be having even odds, like -110, -110. But they say for some reason that Poliana Botelho is the underdog, which makes no sense to me, as this is really a 50-50 fight. So let's say Botelho to win, +100. Let's say fight goes the distance. Botelho versus Silva, -150. Botelho decision. Botelho decision. +200. Sounds like a decent pick to me. Yeah, really much sounds like a decent pick to me. So I do like that pick at the end of the day. I really do. But I'm not sure whether this might be the most perfect way to go at the end of the day. But if you ask me, yes, and absolutely yes. Like, what can you lose from this? There's nothing to lose, right, lads? Oh, I forgot to share this on Twitter. Okay, so that's for Poliana Botelho and her opponent. Now, the next fight, we've got Mike Trizano versus Lucas Almeida. Mike Trizano is a man's surprise. Against Ludovic Klein, he pulled it out. Lucas Almeida might be a bit overrated. I see Trizano win this fight. I already explained everything, but my pick gonna be Trizano to win, -220 for Trizano. -220 for Trizano to win. And Trizano can take a bit in Trizano decision, maybe. If you wanna go for a riskier version. Yeah, +100 for Trizano to win via decision. So this sounds really decent. That sounds really, really decent on Trizano's end. Let's see. Dan Ige versus Movsar Evlev. Evlev is super heavy favorite. Am I scared of this fight? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess everybody expect this Evlev to win. -410. Evlev decision. Which is also my pick, but I didn't bet on this fight. Just to know, I didn't bet on this fight. I didn't. Simply didn't. I have my own reasons for not doing so. I like this. Ige KO. I like Ige inside the distance too, you know. Leave another door open because surprises happen from time to time. If you want to risk, go with Ige. Ige is a better puncher. He is a better striker, and we all know that. But that's not all, right? No, that's not all. There are some things we have to ignore, simply. Now, Alexander Volkov versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Two heavy-handed boys. Usually don't go the distance. Some people predict a technical war here. Technical warfare potentially. My prediction is Yair versus Volkov, no distance, minus 150. That is my prediction, which is pretty much a decent value. But again, Jairzinho cannot use the same strategy he used to use against Alistair Overeem. And don't forget that Volkov stopped Overeem. So technically, if you're asking me, Volkov should be a tougher opponent than Alistair Overeem. Hence, I'm a die-hard fan of Overeem. I can't back everything up related to Alistair. I'm a die-hard fan of his and I'm very biased, but he simply didn't belong this time. That was not him, that was someone else. And it made me very sad, his loss. I'm not gonna lie to you, lads. His loss, it affected me heavily. It affected me very, very heavily, and it broke my heart. Yeah, that loss, it broke my heart. So, let me say Volkov inside the distance potentially. Maybe a similar outcome could happen. Volkov inside the distance, plus 250. Plus 250. Volkov KO TKO plus 275. Jairzinho is a kickboxer, so Jairzinho KO TKO. I also like that. Plus 2, but guess what? Plus 215. So it seems bookies are expecting. No, it seems bookies are expecting a lot here. I guess bookies are gonna have a hard night tonight. I mean, not tonight, on Saturday. And I told you which are my picks and predictions, so needless to say that I really and honestly want to help my lovely lads. You know that very well. I'm a very good guy, actually. I'm a very good guy who respects everybody who respects me. And now you're gonna ask, what did I play? Pakret Dino and send the knee to him. This is what I played. So now you know what I played. To the main card until minute 28 and chit-chatting. Alright, I'm gonna tell you my round robin for this upcoming weekend. I do have few underdogs under my belt, so I have few underdogs on my radar. First of all, call me crazy, but this is how my round robin looks like. Aldrich plus 385, Botelho plus 100, and Munoz plus 115. I know, call me insane, but this round robin. Let me see the value for $10. It's a big value. For $10, $208. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. Needless to say, it doesn't look bad at all. And does it make me happy? Sure. Why not? Yeah, sure thing. Why not? Playing field, Molina and Evloev parlay this week. Actually, my parlay is Fakredino for $5 and Saint Denis for $5. So Evloev, I'm scared of that fight. Honestly, I'm scared of that fight. Blankfield probably gonna win, but I'd rather go with fight starts round 3 or fight goes the distance in that one. So it depends. Really depends. Really depends which way this could go. Anyway, Molina, Evloev. Yeah, Evloev should win, but man, Evloev is just too big favorite, and it scares me. It scares me to death, honestly. It really scares me to death because he is too heavy favorite. This not looking good. Not looking good on my radar, if you know what I mean. Not looking good on my radar. It gives me reason to doubt. No, I'm doubting a lot right now because I'm scared. I'm very, very much scared. So, but anyway, needless to say that I told you which are my picks and predictions, and I know I should have announced that way earlier, but the problem is I didn't have much of a time, and when you don't have much of a time, it kind of affects every aspect of your life. I know it kind of affects every aspect of your life, and I know you missed me too, lads. I really, really enjoyed watching this every second with you. I always really enjoy, but I had to resolve some health issues, and this didn't go well for me. Now tomorrow I have to write few topics, few really, really devastating hard topics. I'm already behind the deadline, so I will try to write on a roll, and I will try to write as quick as possible. So I really need this money for the trip, for the vacation. And today I had to travel, like I had to travel 100 kilometers because I'm also thinking about changing my career, and I'm thinking about changing my career call. Needless to say that my career is put on waivers right now. Sometimes I recover, sometimes I don't recover, but sometimes I'm just sometimes everything is so quiet and calm, and sometimes deep down below the Wolfpack lurks. Tomorrow, I think the statement deep down below the Wolfpack lurks is going to be my protective sign, as I really have to finish one article that I started today, but I didn't have inspiration to finish. So maybe I will have to ref more. The soccer championship ends this week, so this is the last. This is the last week of soccer championship, and I will see. There is a chance that I will change federation. So anyway, I will never stop refing, but there are some things I can't do anymore. So the lack of understanding is really something that's not going to affect my skill set. I just want to progress. I just want to have more income, and I need to battle, man. I really need to battle, and everything looks better on my end. Everything is everything is cool. Like when I said to myself, lad, you were having a hard time dealing with depression and such things. Well, I don't have a hard time dealing with depression anymore. Right now, I'm just a bit different, and right now, I'm thinking different. Right now, I just said to myself, if you support me, you're always welcome. If you don't, One and only thing that's gonna work is a block button. That's one and only thing that can work if you don't support. So that's okay. I mean, according to my point of view, that's okay. So I like many people here. Many people are so respectful, and I really want to say that I'm really, really grateful to people who supported me. You helped me battle out the greatest and the worst moments of my life. Now I'm feeling better, but my body, my body is dealing with these corticosteroids, with the lack of corticosteroids. My body is dealing with this, so I'm having some kind of acne, and I'm constantly sleepy. My head hurts like hell, but that's gonna change in the next few days. I'm currently under a big stress because of my future choice of work, because I will have to make some serious steps. I will have to change some things in my life, and I'm under a big pressure, but that's gonna get resolved. I promise you, that's gonna get resolved. I'm not a guy who gives up that easily. Just to know, needless to say, I'm not gonna give up that easily. I just want to battle everything out. Life is a battle as well, as you know. Yeah, life is a battle, and there are some moments of your life when you have to think of yourself, of your own health, and that's gonna get back to you sooner or later. That's gonna get back to you. That's gonna affect you. And me, I'm just a guy who never wants to stop. I'm just a guy who will never stop progressing. That's what I want to say. No, if I'm trapped at one spot, I'm just finding ways to go around the protection and to continue progressing, as I live for progress. I live for battling. That's one and only language I have ever spoken. And the language of hate, the language of trolling, etc., that's just not my style. That's just not my style. Why would I do something like that? Does it make sense to you? No. Does it does it play a vital role? No. No. There's nothing you're gonna get. The only thing you're gonna get is disrespect. And the last thing I need is disrespect. So Volkov and Rozenstruik have 33 combined knockouts. It just speaks about their potential, the high level potential of that bout, that upcoming bout, but he doesn't reveal who's gonna beat who up. That's a big question. That really is a big question. And I told you, even my round robin, I told you all of my picks, of course, last minute picks and predictions gonna air on Friday. I will not be sleeping that much like I used to sleep, but some things have to change in my life. I decided to take responsibility for the sets of some of my actions, and that's gonna happen sooner or later. Sooner or later, that's gonna happen. Me, Vladimir the Bulgarian Cowboy Vlad, am officially announcing that I will take more responsibility in the next few months for myself, for my prosperity, for my for my advancing towards my goal. And my goal is to get better and better, especially in this sport, especially to grow in the world of MMA. Dan Hardy started following me, so it really makes me happy. It really makes me happy because that was the moment I was waiting for. I've always been Dan Hardy fanboy. I already blocked 3 Balkan Peninsula haters who started telling me that I made everything up. Because in Balkan, people are simply either they are extremely jealous or they can't accept the fact that somebody has something they don't. Some people are frustrated because their wives don't want to sleep with them. And that's understandable. It is really much understandable because if they are frustrated at their wives, they will need a spot to cure their frustrations, which could be online. Which this is called passive aggression. No, passive aggressive people. So they are not allowed to say a single word inside of their home, and now they have to spread the negative energy all over the place where nobody knows who they actually are. But I'm not hiding. Some YouTubers are like, go, where I train. I don't hide that. I have the best set, have the best coach in the world. Telling you, I have the best coach in the world. He knows some things that many elite level coaches don't know. Chains, wrestling, transitions, hitting, striking. The philosophy of the sport of MMA has significantly changed within the last few years. And right now, you can't only grapple or only wrestle because you lose the fight. It's not the way it used to be, lads. Sport is different. It evolved now. It really much evolved into an all-around war, an all-around sport. Nowadays, if you just wrestle, you're gonna you're gonna fuck yourself up. You're gonna lose. So you don't need the loss. You really don't need the loss, lads. If you keep losing, If you keep losing, you're gonna get demoralized. I started reading a lot of books about depression and why people actually fall into depression. The truth is, sometimes it's just too much for us. There are some things we can and some things we can't tolerate. And when you're too tired, you really need a day, a day off. You really need a period for relaxation and for a walk in the park, for good night's sleep. We can't have it all the time. Today I was hanging around with my friends. I traveled to one city 100 kilometers, and honestly, I felt okay. I mean, I really felt okay, but that's just not my style. It's too much of a time, really. Felt like I was spending too much of a time on something that doesn't give me that much prosperity, but it's always okay to Sure. It's always okay to get to know some new fans, and it's always okay to hang around with better boys that are gonna give you more prosperity, that are gonna give you positive criticism. A real fan who understands MMA as a sport can give me positive criticism, and I'm always ready to accept that kind of a criticism. But I'm not ready to accept a criticism from somebody who hides behind a fake profile and trolls people because he is unhappy of his life. From somebody who knows nothing about the sport as a sport, who only sits on the couch from couch potatoes. Yeah, these guys, no. Also, huge Balkan MMA experts. Majority of them are couch potatoes, or some people who go to the gym and have never stepped inside a cage before. People who live in clouds. Too much fantasy. That's the real description of those people. Me? No. I'm too much of a realistic boy. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. The Bulgarian Cowboy will never give up. So that's my last message for tonight. I don't plan to give up. You know that I placed $5 on Fakredinov to win, and I also placed $5 on Benoit Saint-Denis to win. Let's see whether I'm going to win both, win one, lose one, or lose both of them. I have a correct feeling about this card, so let's go, guys. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for listening me, and thank you for the enormous level of respect. Night to everybody.